Quick time is recording. Gotta get that quick time recorded. Quick time is recording. You gotta record it good.
That was good. I like that.
Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast focused on drums, drumming and drummers. I'm George Pickering and that's Ben Winty, and we are both professional drummers in this business we call music. So stick around and join us as we pass the time whilst trying to stay in time.
And the next cat we have will be called Bosphorus. Buongiorno!
Just straight in.
Straight
You
in,
didn't
George.
even have any nature's milk.
Nah. Overrated. Why have water when you can have chocolate milk?
Are you drinking chocolate milk again?
Well, every week, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's not recommended by spinal surgeons, but, you know.
No.
Keep hydrated. I will. Not Yazoo. Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's sort of it's liquid, though. It makes me feel good. So,
Well, where is your cut-off point? Because it's good to drink 2 to 3 litres a day of water, which is a lot, and it gets boring. So, if I'm drinking squash every now and then, 2 litres of squash, easy.
Yeah.
Yumma.
What flavour are we talking?
Just orange. Not bubble gum or anything
Fruit
mad.
and barley?
Fruit and barley? No. Just an off-brand quad. Right, here's another thing.
Quad
we
strength.
were worried we wouldn't have anything to talk about. Quad strength, boy.
That's throwing me off in the modern era. Quad strength.
Well, you go. What? Yeah, exactly.
It's like
As a
TikTok.
kid,
No, I'm a double strength boy, and I'm locked in to the past, and now you're quadrupling the strength. It's too much.
Yeah.
I don't. It's like TikTok. I don't understand it. I don't know where I'm at with it.
no.
You know.
Have you got TikTok?
No.
No, I haven't. It's one thing I refuse to get. And when people send me TikToks, you can't really watch it without the app. So I just have to go. I can't see it. If you really want me to watch it, screen record it and send it. But quad
Let's
strength.
see how much of a friend you really are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But quad strength, you go. I don't know how much to put in.
Exactly.
Because normal or double, you kind of get used to it. You get used to that. I eyeball it. That's a good amount.
Yeah.
Quad, who knows? And that's squash.
And I also feel like they're lying. They're like big. There's big technological advances in the world.
Yeah.
And I always think about toothpaste. Well, surely we've got the best one now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like you guy teeth scientists have been working for years, and you go, this is the ultimate toothpaste. 12 months later, you go, no, this one is.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, this one is. And I just is quadruple squash the end, or
Probably
are we
not.
going to get octuple strength?
Yeah. I reckon
Squash.
we will. Yeah.
Where it's just a drop.
Yeah.
It's just a drop.
It's a drop for 2 litres.
Yeah.
And you go, how is it that concentrated?
But
anyway, that's squash. I need to keep hydrated after yesterday, though.
What
There you go,
did
there's
you
my
do
segue.
yesterday?
Well, I did the Brighton half marathon. How did it go, George? My nipples were bleeding. So,
Okay. So very
y-
well.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you ever do any sort of activity and your nipples end up bleeding,
You've had a
maybe
good
you've gone
day.
you might have gone too hard. It was. Do you want to hear about it?
Sure, man. Yeah.
It was. So I signed up to it. I've done it a few times.
Just remind me what it was you did again.
The Brighton half marathon.
Brighton half marathon. So just half.
Just half, yeah.
Just half.
Which is hardly worth mentioning. Let me know when you do a full one. Where's the rest of it? Or I've made you a sandwich. There's only half of it though. Well, give me the rest. But anyway, I got there. In the flyer or whatever you get, it says the race starts at 9:30, but we advise you to get there for 8:30. And you're like, why? Why do I have to be there an hour early? So I tried to get there later, and I still got there at like 8:45. And I don't know what the weather was like in Portsmouth, but it was wet and windy and awful. on Brighton Seafront yesterday. And I'm aware that when you start running, if you go in like warm clothes or a coat, very quickly you'll have to take that off. And then you just lose it, you know? So I went, well, I'll just go in shorts and a shirt and a hat. And I was cold. A few people were chatting with me and going, are you not freezing? I was like, yeah, I am, but I'll warm up, you know. But we get in our pen, because you put in timing pens, and I was in there at like 8:45, 8:50, shaking, going, I've got to wait now for 40 minutes. And 40 minutes standing in the rain is not fun. It got to a point where I was like, my teeth are chattering. This isn't good, you know. But I wanted to run it in under 2 hours, just because it's like that's a good goal to have, you know. And I've done it before, but I haven't done it for a while, so I was like, it might be tricky. But I remember Googling the pace you need is like 5.5 minutes 41 seconds per kilometer for 21 kilometers, and then you'll do it. So I was like, okay, I can do that, you know. And I started running. I didn't check my watch, and I was like, hey, I'm on the good pace. I'm on a good 5:40 pace. I was like, if I keep this up for 2 hours or less, then I've done it, you know. But then this is where, without getting into David Goggins' speech, this is where it gets kind of like a head game, a mental head game, because you're going, cool, I'm at 5:40 now. This is great, but you can't start to relax and go, hey, this is going well. Because if you go faster, you go 5:39, brilliant. But you can't start going like 5:35, because then you'll burn yourself out. But also, if that 5:40 slips into like 5:42, it's basically game over. Because then you get in your head, and then you're like, well, you're a fucking loser. You can't even keep to this pace, and then it goes to 5:50, and then you're just walking, and then you give up. So it's as much physical as it is mental, those kind of things, because it's sort of like it's enough distance that you're like, you have to just I have to keep going at this pace. And it was wet and windy, and I was chafing. My thighs were bleeding afterwards because damp chafe.
It's the damp,
and then but I got to the last it was very, very wet. But then I got to the last bit of the run, and yeah, I saw that my time had gone to like 5:41, 5:42, like it was switching, and I was like, I've got to fucking pelt it to keep up. And I was looking, and I could see the finish line, and I was on like 1 hour 59 minutes. I was like, I've got a minute to get there, you know. And then I didn't make it. I got to like I could see the finish line was so close. It was like, I don't know, 30, 40 feet, and I saw my watch tick over to 2 hours. I was like, you fucker, you know. And then the time came in, 2 hours, 9 seconds. And obviously afterwards, then you go, well, why didn't I just run a bit faster? Yeah. I was less than 10 seconds off. But you go,
that's what
like,
they say to like
in hindsight,
silver and bronze medalists, though, isn't it? That's the sort of why didn't you go faster?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like the mental endurance to even just do that was. I mean, it took everything. And then afterwards, I didn't realise, but my legs must have been so dead by the end, because as soon as I stopped, I was like, oh, I can't walk. And I haven't had it like that for a while with something like fitness-wise, where you're just done, like just so done. And like I couldn't I couldn't walk normally. I had to have my legs apart because my thighs were bleeding. And then I got home and I took my shirt off, and I had blood on my chest from my nipples. My nipples were bleeding. So I was basically fucked. And then, so just spent the rest of the day chilling, really. So, but it was good. It was definitely I was proud of myself. But my God, what an event that was. But,
do you feel
so that's the Brighton half marathon.
Setting a target of 2 hours and then not quite making that, has that superseded the feeling of achievement of doing the half marathon? Do you feel like if you'd have gone, doesn't matter what time I do, just run the half marathon, that's the achievement?
Yeah.
Then you run it and you do finish it and you go, great.
Yeah.
But now you got this edge of like, but I didn't quite do it under 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or does that motivate you for the next time?
Oh my God, brilliant questioning. There's a few aspects to this. One, when I did the triathlon, like in August, whenever it was, I didn't really have any sort of set time because I'd never done one, so I didn't know what was good. So when I finished it, I was a bit like, oh, like, because it was sort of, without sounding whatever, there was no way I wasn't going to complete it, because it was sort of like, you know, you do they didn't even do the swim bit. So you do a run, you do a bike ride, then you do a run. And it's like, well, I can do that, you know? So I probably wasn't pelting it as much as I could have done. I was just like, hey, I'm just happy to finish it and, you know, feel like I've done it. Whereas this, so the sort of level of like accomplishment was like, yeah, I've done it, but whatever. Whereas doing that, even though I was off by like 10 seconds, it was still like, fuck yeah. Like I was like very proud because I had put that sort of thing on it, you know? But yeah, but also there is a tinge of like, but I didn't get it. But then, yeah, exactly that. It motivates me because I have done under 2 hours before, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I can do it again. And without banging on about fitness stuff, I'll just say one more thing. So it's like I've got I'm doing the Ironman, the half Ironman in Mallorca in May.
Very nice.
And that was almost like a good sort of, like, right, that's in the bank, you know? And I think I said to you last week, I did a triathlon last Sunday or Monday, just in the evening, just to kind of like mentally know that I can do it.
Cheeky triathlon, yeah.
Well, yeah, but it was like, so I did 1.5k in the pool, and then did a 40k on the bike, and then a 10k run. And I didn't want to do it, but I knew if I did do it, then in my head I can go, okay, I can just do that. I can just bosh it out. And it was the same with the half marathon. It's like, okay, I can just do a 2-hour one. So it's all these little things. So then when it leads up to like the actual big event in May, you can kind of go, okay, even if I don't feel physically all there, mentally I know, like, you know, I've got all this in the bank, you know, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's good to put those things, but also try not to beat yourself up afterwards. Try not to be like, I didn't succeed, because you're like, no, I did, but there's always next time. But yeah, so that was Sunday, but now I'm very stiff. But and
there's me boshing out 1 kilometre walks.
Yeah. Well, is that? But that's all I can manage today. How are your walks for MenCap? How's recovery?
Recovery's all right. I'd say it feels like the last week has probably, in a way, has been the toughest of the 4.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's easy to feel a bit almost deflated by it, because the progression, the first 2 weeks, you're going from like, I need assistance standing up and going to the toilet, to 2 weeks, you're like, I can go outside and walk. And it was very much like, the original pain point in my lower back, it's not there, which is great. It's like, and I sort of looked it up, and it seems quite common that actually this sort of middle period of the 6 weeks, you kind of regress a bit, where you are being more active, but you are still having lots of rest. It's kind of like your body is resetting where kind of everything goes. Like, and I try to think of like my lower spine has sort of been compressed for so long. My body has worked around dealing with that. And now my spine is back to normal extension because I've got these, you know, discs and cage put in there, that the hips and pelvis and where all the nerves kind of go, and the body is kind of resettling to like a new position, and so you're sort of, I don't know, like your muscles and nerves and distribution of where everything is kind of resetting back to where it all kind of should be. But it's been so long without them like being normal that it's kind of like, this hurts, you know. So while I don't have I don't have pain in that specific region, it's like quite a lot of achiness and soreness in my hips and like nerves kind of around it and down my legs, and it feels but it's hard to not think that this is like you're going backwards. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why is it getting worse? It should be getting better. But I think it's because of all that sort of stuff. So I'm probably slightly less comfortable than I have been.
Yeah.
But overall, yes, it's getting better. But I'm in
Nice.
this sort of like, and I think as well, because you're like, it's been a month now, and it's like, surely I should be able to do stuff.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, it really is like 6 weeks before you can really do anything. So it's quite easy to even like push yourself maybe a bit more than you should. But then you're like,
then
you kind of like, as much as I've enjoyed this time off, you're like, really? Lying in bed again for another week?
Yeah.
Like, okay, not.
Yeah.
So, and then you start to feel a bit of guilt of like, you don't want to be feel like you're taking the piss.
Yeah.
With my wife and things like that. But, so yeah, it's been a bit like, you can't, and I guess you kind of start to worry as well, like, oh, has this worked? Or has this actually given me more problems? Or has this not solved anything? Am I in a worse state? But then you think like, well, like, I've got this gig in like 3 weeks' time, which I want to do. And then you kind of, a couple of weeks ago, I'd have thought like, yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, that feels like it might be a problem.
Yeah.
But then you're like, well, that 3 weeks is nearly double the time again that I've been recovering. So it's like, keep doing what I can and, go for my walks and keep active. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a funny week really with it all, because you're kind of like, this feels shit.
Yeah.
And but still relatively early in the healing phase, I guess. So
yeah, of course it is.
It's easy to jump ahead too much.
And it's probably it's surely not like 6 weeks and then done. And
no, it's not either. Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not. Yeah,
6 weeks until you can kind of, you have a constant follow up, and you can drive and things like that. But still, same with my mum's shoulder. Like, recovery would take months. To get fully back to where you were. And then, and also at the 6 weeks point, I can start physio.
Yeah.
So I'll have 6 weeks of physio, and I'll have exercises to do and things like that, and continue walking. So, yeah, it's not going to be 6 weeks and then perfect. Cheers, let's go skydiving.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 6 weeks, and now we can move on to the next step.
Yeah.
Which is getting you back fitter and things like that. So, yeah, that's been a little bit of like something to deal with mentally, I guess. Be like, okay, this is still feels hard, but I guess sort of trust the process,
Dubai,
do tell.
It's even funnier. So I don't know if I've told you, but the Laney lot have a gig in Dubai.
Okay.
In April, right? So we're all very, very excited about this, like the 3rd week of April or something.
Okay.
So we announced it, hey, Dubai, some festival, whatever. It's basically the people that put on, I think it's called like Summer in Nashville. They do the festivals around England. And they were like, let's do one in Dubai, and they do it every year and it looks amazing. Really close to the airport. And I don't know how big Dubai is. Maybe everything's close to the airport. I don't know. But but we announced it. And then the next day, Chris Hampson said on the group, he was like, doesn't look too good in Dubai at the moment. And obviously, Trump has gone, we're going to bomb Iran. And then Dubai have stopped all planes and everything going in and out. And we were like, oh my God. And it's a weird one because selfishly, I go, fuck. Like, I might not get to play in Dubai. And then you have to go, but it's a bigger issue than that. People are dying. there's a war, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever happens, we'll see. But
It's a shame, isn't it? I used to play for the Hampshire County Youth Brass Band when I was a kid, and every 2 years, the bands. I mean, this doesn't involve war.
No.
Every couple of years, the bands, there was a junior training and senior band, and every 2 years we'd go on like a trip to go and do some concerts abroad. And the junior band wouldn't go far. I'd go to France. So I went to France with them when I was like year 7. And that's where I bought Nevermind on tape. Okay.
Wow.
Sign of the times. And training band, I think we went to Switzerland. First year in the county senior band, I went to, I think it was Austria and Germany.
Nice.
And the timing worked out that my final years, when I was 18, I was in this principal trombone of the senior band, and it was time for the big trip. Now, our conductor was this Welsh guy called Mr. Rich, and he'd planned a massive trip to go to Australia and New Zealand for 3 weeks.
Right.
So this would be summer after A-levels, just before uni. 3 weeks, and you're with all your friends, but you're all mates, you're all 18. 3 weeks in Australia and New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
And it was all planned. I think parents even like paid deposits.
Wow.
You know, it was like, this is booked, this is happening.
Yeah.
And we were absolutely buzzing. And I think like there weren't even that many concerts. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like we'd been worked hard. I think it was like the last week was just, we're all staying in apartments on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And like, you're like, yeah, great.
That's so cool.
And then Mr. Rich got cancer. Well, don't laugh.
Sorry.
And obviously it was very sad because he was an influential person in my musical upbringing. And you're like, oh, that's really sad. What's happening about Australia and New Zealand?
Yeah.
You know? And what ended up sort of happening was, and this is where there was like, because you had the Hampshire County Orchestra as well, and it was like beef. There was absolute beef, between the brass band and the orchestra.
Yeah.
And it was always considered that Hampshire Music Service gave more effort towards the orchestra. Oh, orchestra, you know. Ooh.
Yeah.
And not the brass band. And they went to Chile for 3 weeks. My brother went to Chile with him for 3 weeks, right?
Wow.
And we were like, this is our big trip. And it was something to do with, because he was ill, Mr. Rich was ill, they had to go and do like a pre-trip to like check everything was safe and do an assessment on where we were staying and all these sorts of things. He couldn't go and do it. And the music service didn't sort anyone else out to go and do it. They didn't have any sort of like backup plan or anything. So then they were like, you can't go.
Wow.
So we didn't go, and we were all absolutely devastated.
I bet.
But it was like, you know, there's many reasons to begrudge someone dying of cancer, and this is it's a specific one, but it's on the list, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously,
was he okay?
He did, huh?
Was he okay in the end?
No, he did die.
Right.
He did die a few years later. But he was able to come back. We had like, I think the band celebrated like a 50-year anniversary or something. And he came back and like conducted a couple of tunes for us. It was very emotional.
Yeah.
And not that long after, he did unfortunately pass away. But we never went on that trip.
Yeah, my God.
And you're like,
my God.
Fuck you, cancer.
Yeah. They want to find a fucking cure.
Yeah, come on. You're too busy developing quadruple strength squash, you know, and toothpaste.
Too busy cloning Jim Carrey. Am I right?
God. So weird. What is going on? What is going on with the world?
I don't know, but it's weird. I've never been a conspiracy theorist, but now I'm dipping the toe, you know? I'm going, well, I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I don't know what is real.
But it just gets pushed to you, doesn't it? Like, I'm on Instagram, and my main thing, I just get lots of cats being silly and drums and things. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it was like, there's a secret episode of Stranger Things coming. And you're like, no, there isn't. Like, it's finished. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't get that.
So it's like season 5 came out,
Yeah.
and the last episodes came out on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve or something. And then the world went mental and was like, there's a secret episode coming. There's a secret episode. That wasn't really the ending. There's a secret 9th episode.
Right.
It's like, no, there isn't. No, that's probably the end, mate, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, Jim Carrey's a clone.
Yeah.
Think about what you're saying, people.
Yeah.
And I'll go on Instagram, and like, because I'm not doing much, I'm in bed, and I found myself just getting into like just absolute doom scrolling.
Yeah.
And I have to go, fucking put your phone down. This is mental.
Yeah.
And I'll be scrolling, and you're like, oh, cats doing silly things. Oh, AI videos of cats coming into the bedroom playing the trombone. Amazing use of AI. Love it.
Yeah.
And then it starts just turning into like all these kind of like, Jim Carrey's a clone. And then it's all like, oh, you finally found a page that makes why men are good. You know, it starts to become this real sort of like, what's the like the Andrew Tate sort of, like it just starts gradually turning into like, oh, this is how women mistreat men. This is how all this, and then it's just like, fuck off. This is,
yeah.
I don't want this. I don't want this. Just fucking close the app. This is ridiculous. I just want cats jumping and knocking things over. And you can just see, like, if you just keep going and going and going, you get darker and deeper into this web of, like, misogyny and conspiracies and all sorts of shit. Like sales, you know, like, these, like, alpha bros who run, like, fucking businesses, like, coaching, life coaching, and, like, why your wife's bad for you, why this and what. And like, it's fucking dangerous. And that's just, like, a couple of hours of just scrolling. Like, this is insane. No wonder. It's fucked.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's probably just ill.
Yeah.
He's just ill and he's got a puffy face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've got a picture of my graduation, me with the hat on and my robe and my thing, up in the bedroom because my wife wants it there, right? Because I'm young, I have no beard and I have hair.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, her mum said, "Is that Ben's brother?"
Yeah.
And then my wife's friend came to stay last week, and she said, "Oh, who's that in the graduation photo?" "It's me." "What?"
Yeah.
You can change how you look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one has seen that picture and gone, "That's Ben." They go, "Who is that?" Because yes, I look like a roughly shaved potato now. Yeah. Anyway, it's mental.
It is mental. Even yesterday when I got back, because I didn't do anything after the run because I was fucked. I'm fucked now. But it was a lot of doom scrolling. And it almost made me go, well, do you know what? Was the half marathon even like warranted? Does that still count as what a successful day if the next 10 hours is, or however, I don't know. But it's just not doing much but getting sucked into, is he a clone, So, I don't know what my advice is there. Don't believe everything you read,
Just leave the man alone.
Yeah.
Leave the man alone,
Yeah.
I mean, cat news, we're getting a new cat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a new kitten on Friday. Oh, I cannot wait. Yeah.
Why? Do you not like the one you've got?
No, love the one we've got.
Yeah.
But we want a new baby.
Yeah,
so,
makes sense.
We love animals. And this one needs adopting.
Nice.
It's a little black kitten.
Yep.
We went and saw her the other week with her siblings. I mean, they so small. It's insane. Oh, I could just lie there, just have all these kittens just running over me and just be like, yum, 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 yum. So yeah, we're going to get her on Friday. And we're going to call her Pearl.
After the drum brand?
Well, it's a name. We've decided that boy cats will be have a B name, because all my hamsters had B names, and all the girls will have P names, because my wife's initial. So we're looking for a P name, and we liked Pearl. Pearl was also the name of one of my nans.
Right.
It's also the name of drums.
Yeah.
I think my wife had a relative called Pearl as well. So we've gone with Pearl.
Nice.
And the next cat we have will be called Bosphorus.
Amazing.
I think this has been an awful episode.
Do you reckon?
Of
I thought it was
the
pretty
podcast.
good.
I don't know. weird. Just felt weird, didn't it?
Well, I think when we got to the conspiracy theories, the mood changed.
Yeah.
I don't think it was awful. I think it was good. I think I never know how they're going to turn out, but I listened to last week's and thought it was all right. But I don't know. I think
they're always fine, and they're just passing conversations in the wind.
But I don't know.
They're not like, here's our new album.
No, obviously, absolutely not. But I don't know what makes it one better than the other, because this might not be our best. But why was last week better than the week before? You know, it wasn't like we talked about anything special, but there was moments where it was funny. So, yeah, I think it's good.
I mean, I'm not trying to, and I don't mean to downplay your achievement of the half marathon. I'm not saying like, oh, that's rubbish, because that's wicked. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be rude.
Is that it?
Like, what?
No, I don't know. I felt like there was going to be more to that.
No, I think my discontent with my apathy towards how I felt this episode has gone is not to diminish your achievement.
No, it's okay.
Of half marathon. Maybe in a funny mood. I got a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just frustrated and I've just been inside for too long.
Yeah, you have. If I'm inside for more than a few hours, I go mental. You know what I mean? You've been for like 4 weeks.
I have. Yeah, like literally February is nothing.
Yeah.
February, because I'm a surgery on the 30th of Jan.
Yeah.
It's now March.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Nice. Should we wrap up?
Let's wrap up like a Christmas present and get out of here. As always, send us a little email, drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com, Instagram @drumanddrummerpodcast. Get your drum charts, drumcharts.co.uk. Made a few more sales.
Nice. Yeah. Brilliant.
Actually sold one, and I know the person who bought one.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they know me. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know if they... I mean, I think it has my name on the site, but I don't know whether they bought it and know me, or they just bought it and I happen to know them. But I thought that was quite nice. Anyway, let's bounce, George. Fair. Thank you so much. Sorry I've been a Debbie Downer.
I think you're in your head. I haven't felt like you were until you said, this has been shit. And then I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think you were a Debbie Downer at all. I thought, well, maybe that shows how you are as a person for me to think, no, Ben's exactly he's in a great mood today. You know?
Sometimes you just feel like, I don't know, it flows, like your internal engine and brain flows, and this my brain feels a bit stop-start.
I mean, it doesn't help that my internet was a bit stop-start, so I was a bit stop-start, so, there's many different factors.
Well, thanks for listening, people. Be safe, be strong, be egg safe. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Drum and Drummer. You can find us on Instagram Drum and Drummer Podcast. And you can send us an email to drumanddrummerpod@gmail.com. Remember, just pick up the sticks and twat it.